Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast presented by Little Caesars. A great deal going on right now. You can go 15 off 20, 15% off any $20 or more purchase, or code LCFREECC. Free crazy combo with any pizza purchase. Everybody out there, you did amazing. We did over 4,200. We did over $4,200 last week. Keep it going. Very much appreciate you. Okay, now. Let's talk a little bit about Arizona basketball. We're going to talk about Koa Pete. We're going to talk about a lot. But Koa Pete is back at it again. I don't know if you saw that dunk, Sheer, but pretty impressive.
Yeah, I saw the dunk. Watched the game. Sorry about that, Cameroon.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. They won by 50. He had like 15. I think he had 15 points, but like 13 of them in the first half, and then Tommy pretty much took everyone out and played other guys minutes, because why wouldn't you at that point?
All right, yeah. I mean, but you watch him though, and he's so advanced. I mean, he really is. I think he's far more polished than than maybe some people think. But man, this guy's good though, man. He's like, we were talking about it before. Aaron Gordon. Like, he's not the athlete, probably the defender Aaron Gordon is, but he's a million times better offensively than Gordon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not even close. He's a very advanced player for his age. He's not, going to be able to switch 1 through 5 or whatever and guard him, but not many guys can. I mean, Aaron Gordon was a freak in that regard, but it's pretty obvious Koa has the talent. I'm very curious. There's really no team I think can match up with the U.S. The one team I'm excited if the U.S. plays them, and I hope they do, because I want to see Koa, is Germany. I think Germany is really good. Watched some of their game earlier.
Yeah, and the thing about him, too, is Kobe L. Thiel makes a very good point where he says Koa is what we needed last year. Arizona definitely needed somebody like Koa last year. And that's what I keep going back to, and I don't care what anybody says. People keep talking about, they're like, oh, like Prim and stuff. He's like, oh, we can't replace Carter. We're just not going to be that good. Dude, at the end of the day, the biggest difference on this team is Koa Pete replacing Trey Townsend. I do not care what anybody says. That is the biggest difference from this year. All the other stuff I can deal with. I can deal with the small forward. I can deal with the power forward, all that stuff. The biggest difference, though, is replacing a guy who's going to be one of the handful of best freshmen in college basketball for a guy that shouldn't have been on the roster. I mean,
look, all I'm going to say is, you mean NBA player Trey Townsend. We never talked about that. We never talked about that.
Let's talk about it. So Trey Townsend on an NBA Summer League roster.
Yeah, that is, and from what I understand, he tried out for like 3 teams leading up to the draft.
Interesting. So
let me tell you something.
Right. You mean MNBA Trey?
Trey Townsend makes an MNBA roster. That to me is more impressive.
That's the most impressive
by Tommy Lloyd than anything.
That's the most impressive thing that I've ever seen. Yeah, if he makes an MNBA roster.
If Trey makes an NBA roster, that's the one I'm telling everyone about.
Yeah, you're going to say, listen, man, we brought in a player who is probably the worst player in the country. And we
come on.
And we put him into the MNBA. That's kind of where I'm at. Trey equals Caleb. Caleb's a billion times better. I'm going to go on record and say I think Caleb's going to make the Blazers. I think he's going to make the Blazers, and you know what I'm going to do? I am going to be unsufferable with red wines when that happens. Meanwhile, the fantastic freshman Josan Sanon is still in college. I mean, yes, he's not that bad, but he wasn't good. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so Trey Townsend in the MNBA, do you think that he is a lockdown perimeter defender?
I don't know what you know what I liked is whoever tweeted it. I don't remember. Called him a connector.
Yeah. Are you talking about Trey Townsend?
Yeah, he was a connective piece to the roster. And the funniest response I saw, which just came to mind right away, was, he connected fans to complain about him and want Carter to play more.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that one. That one's interesting. Well, we wish the best of luck to him, because by all accounts, he's a very good kid.
Okay.
The great Rick Barrett, sorry, mouth fart. The great Rick Barrett says, have you guys seen Brandon Williams has basically edged himself at the second string point guard for the Mavericks? There's also rumors that Kyrie might leave, so he could possibly be PG1. Well, Kyrie just re-signed, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think so I don't know about that. Now, let's see here.
Today was what the Milwaukee Bucks did.
Oh yeah, Damian Lillard. Well, again, man, dude, that's what always happens with these MNBA players. When they trade a guy a year too late or whatever, they should have traded him 3 years ago. When they got him, he was canned.
Yeah, but waiving him's a bit much.
Why wouldn't you waive him?
They have to stretch it, Mike. They're paying him $22 million a year not to play.
Well, but he can't play anymore, and he just tore his Achilles. He's no good.
Yeah, but they stretched it. $22 million a year in order to sign. So whatever Miles Turner is making, you can basically add $22 million a year to that because that's what they're really paying him. So really, Miles Turner is costing him $45 million a year.
Well, it's not my money, so what do I care? But I would get rid of Lillard, though. He's done. The MNBA, yes, it's stupid. I'll say it was like the NFL. Now people are scared of the cop. Okay, still Brandon has been killing it. Yeah, Brandon's been great. By the way, I want to talk about that real quick, Brandon Williams. Then we're going to get to Brayden Burries. But I think, yeah, by the way, Mr. Tyler Warden, $22 million now is like nothing. Heck, yeah. So, I mean, I kind of agree with you there. All right, so let me ask you this, though, Sheer. Arizona definitely had some bad doctor advice with Brandon Williams. I think that's fair to say.
So everyone talks about doctor advice. It's not necessarily that. It's from what I remember, it was about liability. That basically they didn't want Brandon to go out, ruin his career, or whatever, and then come back and sue them. Like it was a university liability thing.
Well, yeah, but you could say that about any injury then.
I know, but it was above. What I'm saying was it was above Arizona's head, from what I remember. Sean Miller and J Rock and all that.
All right, well, whatever. I still, obviously, the guy 10 years later is playing in the MNBA, so, I mean, obviously wasn't that big of a deal. I actually remember, let's be honest, that was definitely a misdiagnosis. I remember you telling me at the time that they said his career was over.
He has an arthritic knee, and he still does. His dad was the one that told me that. His knee is screwed, but it's just a matter of he's willing to play it, and then...
Well, his knee clearly isn't screwed.
It will be.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you could say that about anybody then.
No.
Yeah, you could. Okay, that team with Brandon Williams and Brandon Randolph was so bad. That was a bad team. That was a really bad team. Okay, now let's get to Brayden Burries. By the way, Joseph wasn't here yesterday. Joseph, somebody tagged me in a Kramkowski tweet or a Krankowski tweet.
Yeah, pitched well.
Yeah, cool. Like I want to see that at the U of A, and so that's all I say. Okay, let's get a couple reads in here, and let's get to Brayden Burries. All right, Aris Dental, the championship package on display, ready, full of, ready for use, my friend, ready for use. TucsonImplants.com, TucsonTeeth.com. This woman is happy because she knows she was about to get the champion. She knows she's about to get the championship package. That is why she is happy. And it's only $19.97. That is the deal. So, as the they only offer necessary treatment, dental implants at affordable rates, owned by a local Arizona alumni. Check it out, TucsonImplants.com, TucsonTeeth.com. Land the freaking man with the master plan.
Yes.
All right, Green Valley Decorative Rock. I was talking about Mike Nital. I was talking with Mike Nitalski on the phone yesterday. Welcome to the Rock, Green Valley Decorative Rock. Yeah. 2 convenient locations, Tucson plus Green Valley, 50-plus locally sourced landscaping material serving residents and contractors. Now, they go north to Marana, east to Sierra Vista, Benson, west to Marana, north to Oracle, south to Nogales. Check it out. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Back the rock, baby. Get in there right now. Dennis Walsh said he's going to be real-timing it here pretty soon. So, welcome to the Rock. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, let's get back to, now let's talk about Brayden Burries. I posted this on your board. Brayden Burries. First of all, I do find it interesting. He's been in the public spotlight for a long time, and he's on no MNBA draft boards. I get it's going to change when people see him more, but it's not like these MNBA folks don't know who he is.
It's weird. We told that to someone who would know close to the program, and they yelled at us and said, stop paying attention to that crap. And come back to me, that's going to change in a year.
Well, I get it. I mean, I understand and I appreciate what he's saying, but it's still odd, though.
It is odd, but there's a lot of stuff that's kind of odd about mock drafts a year early. I agree. He belongs on something.
Yeah, I would just say you got to be a first round pick.
Are
Something.
you
Otherwise,
willing to look? I know the season hasn't started yet, but are you willing to say my bad on Mikael Brown yet?
no.
Because you said he's a weenie and he sucks.
When did I say that?
You've said it multiple times.
No, I said when he became 6'5", I liked him.
No. That's not.
I did. I said that. I did say that.
No.
I said it last week.
The comments will agree with me.
No, I have said that. I said that last week when I found out he was 6'5". I like him.
You said he sucked when you thought he was 5'8". I said he's not 5'8", and you go, well, then maybe he doesn't suck.
Yeah, because he's 6'5" now. He's good.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's good. No, yeah, nice try there, Skier. Nice try.
No. The comments will agree with me.
No, the comments are not agreeing with you. They're agreeing with me. Nice try.
You'll see.
Nice try. All right, Frank Galati, the great Frank Galati. Great name, by the way. Sounds like John Gotti's bodyguard, Frank Galati. But by the way, I do think that no, that was the name of Tom Gotti's. Let's see, Tom Gotti, or what was it? I can't remember what his name was. Tommy Bellotti. That was the name. Okay. Now, all right. So, no, I'm not going to apologize to the Spacers. Get out of here. I was right. They were wrong. Okay. Now, so let's talk a little bit about, though, Burries, though. I think it's an interesting one. I think with, we got a super snap. Sorry, I apologize. We just saw a super snap. Oh, yeah. Back the B. Furries for Burries, baby. Yeah, that is a movement. The Furries for Burries thing is a movement. It's a thing, Sheer. We know about this. This is true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So again,
he likes it, but yes.
Don't blame me. Blame the. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. All right. But Burries, though, I think Burries is going to be the second leading scorer on the team. I think Tommy Bellotti sounds like a sandwich at the sausage deli. That was his name. It was Thomas Bellotti. Hey, do you know how when John Gotti and Sammy the Bull killed Paul Castellano in front of Sparks Steakhouse in Manhattan, and they came out there and. Like Paul Castellano was coming out and his driver Tommy Bellotti, and they just went boom, 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 and they were dressed in like these Russian trench coats. So, anyways, just there's your mafia history lesson for the day. Okay.
That's still there, by the way.
What's that? Spark Steakhouse?
Yeah, it's still there.
Joseph says, "Love it when Mike Skier tries to corner Mike just to get thumped by the paw." Mm-hmm.
No. Likewise.
Yep. And on top of that, David Rosen says, "Joseph, you aren't wrong. I am right." Boom. Check it out. Okay. Now, there's one guy on your board, and just with all due respect, said he thinks Brayden Burries is going to average about 9 points a game. If Brayden Burries is averaging 9 points a game, something bad happened.
The general number on the board is 9 to 12. I was surprised.
I think it's going to be 13 to 15.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem about right to you? 13 to 15?
Yeah. I said 12 to 15. That's 13, 12, whatever. That's about right. I think something went wrong if he only averages 9 points.
Yeah, no, and again, that's because you're bringing him in to score.
Yodifo said it correctly. Single digit projections for Burries is locker room material. Yeah.
No, that's not good. So again, like I said, I think it's going to be 13 to 15 per game. I think our front court is going to be, remember the guy on the board that said Boswell was going to average like 25 and 5? I think that was main event, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was a tough look. But all right. So anyways, Burries, though, that dunk that he had, I think people are going to find out. And I think it was Arizona Net. Got to give a shout out to him. He generally just talks bad about me, but he made a good point. He said that I think Burries is going to block some shots.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a big dude. He's a long dude. He's not a point guard. I know we have to pretend he's a point guard. He's not a point guard. Too much depth, and Burries won't get huge minutes. Like, Burries is going to play 30 minutes per game.
I would assume.
I mean, if you don't bring in a guy like that, Verbinski, and say, hey, well, I mean, maybe he just did with Carter. So, but watch.
Burries is more advanced than Carter.
I know. Watch. Wouldn't that be funny though if he does the same thing and he doesn't start him and he has him like behind like 80-0?
Yeah.
That was not. This team is going to average 100 with Mike's projections. No, that's all crap.
No, 9 points is crap.
9 points is crap. It's going to be 13.
Trey Townsend average 9 points a game.
Yeah. What are we expecting from Yvonne with stats?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Forward, to me, that small forward whole position is such a. I don't know.
It's a cold soup crapshoot.
I can see 3 guys averaging like seven points.
Bradley played 34.1. Yeah, I never said. I said he'll play 30 minutes per game. And I stand by that. I think he'll play around 30
Jaden
minutes
Bradley
per game.
will lead the team in minutes.
Yeah,
No question about it.
Right, yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I'm just saying the Burries is going to be Burries will be around 30. Burries.
Please stop disagreeing, Mike.
What's that?
Please stop disagreeing.
You agree with me
about what?
That he's going to play about 30 minutes per game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You just said that.
Yeah.
Yvonne is going to have a gritty 6 points per game. I am of the opinion now, and I was thinking about this yesterday, I believe that the small forward position is going to actually be better than the small forward position last year. I think it's going to be an upgrade. Also, how many steals that stat about Trey was amazing, where like 22 games into the season, he had like 1 block and 1 steal.
Can we be nice? Can we be nice here?
No, but then I got to give him a lot of credit, though, because then remember when he got the block and the steal in like 1 play, and you're like, yeah, he's like, I'm looking right at you, Mike Luke. But
we need to be nice.
Yeah, no, I am being nice. I am being nice. Burries also is. I'm going to be fascinated to see how often he's really playing point. And I'm also curious. I think I could be wrong. I still think. How many minutes do you think Evan Nelson's going to play this year?
5 to 8.
Yeah, but I think he's going to get a few minutes each half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, what happens though when he becomes the best shooter on the team? Do you line up with Evan and ADO? Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. No, I like that a lot.
You don't like defense?
Just
not a fan.
Well, I don't know. I still think ADO is better than you. Okay, now, Big Ten Jed, and this actually sounds like something Jed Fish would say. I've talked with many of my high-level NBA scout friends. When I watch Burries play, they're not sure who he guards at the next level. I'm not sure he has a position, and they're worried about his athleticism. Well, he's going to be a shooting guard at the next level. He's not a point guard. That's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't think that he's going to be a great MNBA player, but he's going to play in the MNBA for a long time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, now, Bear Down Cats 96 says, if everybody on the court is averaging 20 per game, who needs? Yeah, the elephant in the room. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Are your MNBA friends? Hey, Angel Antonio Chavez, he said, are your MNBA friends in the room with us? Yes, Kobe L. Thiel makes an interesting point. Does Burries have a little Harden in him? There is a little Harden in him. The herky-jerky, the body movement, the stuff like that. Again, it's not perfect, but there is a little bit of that.
Yeah, a little bit.
There is. I'm waiting for somebody to say, "Yeah, he's way better than James Harden." We would take that. Now, let's see here. What is now? Dennis Walsh hates Mo Krivas. The elephant in the room is Krivas, Tommy's Krivas, or the Krivas we've all seen.
I always go back to Tommy's Krivas.
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, there are some things with Krivas. Like I said, let's not kid ourselves. Last year he did not look good, but he was also hurt. This is going to be an interesting year. If Krivas comes out there and Krivas is a monster, nobody should ever question Tommy Lloyd again when it comes to big men.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at with that. Rage is in the house. Rage, where's my money? Okay, now. So Burries, though, I think, like I said, 13 to 15 per game. Let's talk about this small forward spot, though, because I think it's interesting. You got Aristode, you got Yvonne now, and you got ADO. I am of the opinion. Are you of the opinion that one of those three is going to take charge at some point?
Who are my choices?
Well, the 3 small forwards on the roster: Aristode, Yvonne, and ADO.
In charge of the small forward position.
Yeah, well, and not in charge, but somebody where he's clearly the best of the 3.
I think Dwayne Aristode is going to emerge as the best option.
Yeah, I do too. I think he is as well. Yes. Nobody.
Yeah, lighting is interesting today. What's going on?
Yeah, no, I know because my ceiling lights went out. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't. Krivas is soft. Yeah, it's more soft.
He's not soft.
Not paying your bets. Okay, now, so that's where I go with that one. Now, Awaka, I want to ask you something about Awaka, but that's called a tease because we have some reads coming up here. That's good.
Yeah.
X will give it to you. All right. First time clients get a free AZ12 shirt. Now you might say to yourself, Mike, I want a free AZ12 shirt. Where would I go? And the best place that you would go is Comfort X HVAC, small business with big savings. Now, built on trust for the long haul, perfect track record, residential and commercial HVAC expertise at affordable rates. Comfort X HVAC. Okay, now, the other thing, too, get out there. He made Tony Gimino a happy man. We all know that we want Tony Gimino to be a happy man. And if he made Tony Gimino a happy man, he will make you a happy man. Comfort X HVAC. Check it out. Yeah, back the X. X going to give it to you. Oh, Baggins. Sure, you should go to Baggins soon.
Yes.
I had 2 Baggins the other night. It was an explosive situation. But not because of Baggins, just because I just kept eating. But it was an Albuquerque turkey, and it was like it was like a grilled cheese or something. But it's good. Get the bag. Join the VIP text club. Text Baggins at 877-797-0444 for special deals. Get the bag. All food made in house daily, and you get the cookie, the chocolate chip cookie. Yummy in my tummy. Okay, now Tobe Awaka.
I'm ready.
Are you going with Tobe Awaka is stretching the court next year?
No.
Made it 3.
That's cool. Eventually, he'll make a couple jumpers throughout the season, but no, he's not. No.
All right, man. Sheer getting up at 10:28 today.
No, I was up early today. I watched the basketball game and I tweeted about Ivan. How could you say I wasn't up early?
Ivan, it's Yvonne. Okay, over or under 3.5 threes from Awaka this season? Over.
The whole year?
Yeah, I'm going over.
I'll go over.
Yeah, I'm going over as well.
Last year, 2?
Yeah, I think it was like 2 for 4. Hey, is this the season that we see Awaka, as our buddy said, emerge as a first round pick?
No. He was 2 for 5 last year.
2 for 5. It's not bad. Mr. Tyler Warden, yes, you need to go just a little bit higher there. Okay. All right. So, I like I said, I like Awaka a lot. I will be interested to see, do you think Awaka is guaranteed to start pretty much all season?
Yes. Yeah. I don't see.
What if Krivas becomes?
Well, no, I don't think he's a lock to start all season.
What if Krivas becomes Kareem Abdul-Krivas?
Yeah. If Krivas comes and he's really good and Arizona thinks he just works better, then yeah.
Outrageous offer.
I think not that position. You got to think the only positions that could see different starters throughout the year are the 3 and the 5.
Look at Rage. Rage is offering his women out. Interesting. Look at Rage, dude. To live the life of Rage, the shotgun Willie's in the house. Awaka is starting all season. Thanks, Rage. All right, I defend Rage and still get the smoke. Yes. All right, so $1,000. Hey, that's not how this works, Rage. You already owe us money. You pay us, and then we make another pay. Rage
offers.
Rage, this is bad. You do not want to be known as a Welcher in today's society. It's a bad look. Come on, Rage. Come on. To live the life of a debtor, OC bodybuilder with a shot. Okay. All right. Now, Joseph says, do you think Joseph pays his bets?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Here's how this works. I do think that Kobe L. Thiel can attest. Guess what happened? I lost $250 to Kobe L. Thiel. Guess what I did? I paid him. Boom. I paid him. Yeah, there it is. Check that out. Kobe L. Thiel is confirming this. All right, so everybody follow Kobe L. Thiel if you're not, by the way. How deep is the rotation next year? Listen, I mean, let's talk about that. That's a very, very
never as deep as you think it is.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, and that includes everyone. Like we always say, Arizona's 10 deep. Won't be deep.
All right, what was the bet? OC Bodybuilder.
Left out.
OC Bodybuilders, the bet was this. And Rage said 4 different times on the show that he would pay us $1,000. 4 different times. We have all of them. If Tyrone Riley wasn't the starting small forward for Arizona. And we said, absolutely, we will take you up on that. Tyrone Riley will not be the starting small forward. Rage is not paid. Okay, now, let's talk about the players, though, that we know for sure will be in the rotation. Okay, so Jaden L. Bradley, we agree that he will play a lot.
I would hope so.
Brayden Burries, he's going to play a lot.
I would hope so.
Okay. Then all 3 of those small forwards, do we think they're going to play in some way, shape, or form?
You'd think so, but honestly, 3 guys it's someone has to get left out.
Well, someone has to get left out, but you could also play Yvonne or Aristode. You can move them around a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So there's a 5 right there, and then all right. Well, you know what? Let's just go conservatively. Let's just look at Rage wanting to make all these bets, and I'm listening to In Too Deep, Back to the Hotel after this. Oh yeah, hey, you want to hear me? Tonight's or hold on, In Too Deep. No, the Phil Collins song. There was a song called Deep Cover that with Lawrence Fishburne that was very good. Okay, but all right. So you got those 5. You got Koa. You got Koa, you've got Krevis, and you've got the Man of Girth, Awaka. So there's 8.
Yeah.
And then you got like CD or an Evan. I don't know if that's a CD situation or not, but
like Mobile isn't gonna play.
I saw him on campus, by the way.
Yeah, he's not in the rotation. Evan could get interesting depending on if Burries can handle the point or not. That could be an interesting situation at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, deep cover was Dr. Dre and Soup. Yeah. Tonight's the deep cover on the incognito tip, and that's where he goes, Mr. 1-8. All right. Yeah. Okay. So like I said, I think 8. I think 8's kind of the minimum. I think 8's the minimum, and I think that 9 is the maximum. How about that?
9's the max.
Yeah, I just don't see Tommy playing more than 9. I just really don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
I
also
think,
we don't even know if CD's going to be here. Let's just say
that's a good point too. Yes, listen to Back to the Hotel. You remember when you hear it. Yeah. Oh, back to the hotel. Okay. So that's like I said, that's where I am at now. I want to make fun of DeAndre Ayton here for a minute, and then we will get back to some other things. I had a lot of people ask me the other day, Evan Nelson. I will.
No.
I'd be very surprised if. I'll put it to you like this. And the great Nick Arenas just said. The great Nick Arenas just says, Evan Nelson, more productive than Justin Kier. I will say this. I do not believe this.
I'll put the numbers up for you real quick. You ready? Kier in his year at Arizona averaged 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on 44% shooting, played 20 minutes a game.
If Evan Nelson is putting up those numbers, we're cutting down the nets.
I don't know if I want Evan playing 20 minutes a game.
But if he's averaging those numbers...
just number wise, 7.
Yeah, no. If he's no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If Evan Nelson comes here and says, you know what, screw this, I'm taking the rock by the horn, back the rock, and I am going to make you play me 20 minutes per game, because I am so good, I think you got to take that. No?
Yeah, of course you do.
I mean, I guess we'll find out. Yeah. That would be the best thing ever. If he came in and you had to play him like 20 minutes per game and he's shooting like 44% from him, you can't like keep, yeah, spacers would love him. Okay, so, but again, I think it's going to be about an 8-man rotation. Now that Yvonne is fully classified and in and everything, well, you know, here's what I really like about Yvonne and Aristode, and I will stand on this.
Business.
Stand on business, baby. Stand back the business. So I will say this. I like that they're both physically very mature. They're both men of girth. And Rage, who can get hammered at 10 a.m. but can't pay bets. Rage. But I like that they're both men of girth. And that they're strong. They're not coming in. They're not going to be weenies. They know where the weight room is. When you say, hey, go get your bench presses in, they're going to say, what is a bench press? They're not going to say any of that stuff. I like that fact, and I think that they're going to be good on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm with you. Aristode looks different.
He's a large man. Large. Like, yeah, we say this every show, but like, there's a difference here. Like, these are large men. Like, these aren't your typical 170-pound freshmen that have to come in and gain weight and all that.
Right. Now, the Adventures of Fluffy says, in my country, we lift cows after you're drinking the cold soup. And like it's funny. So I was watching this show the other day, real quick, and we'll get back to sports. I was watching this show the other day, and it was following this guy that lived in like Slovenia or something. And of course, he was like a chain smoker. And, it showed like the roads that they were having to like, dude, everything was a pothole. Everything was like, it's like boom, boom, boom. You know, like when you see like cars and they're like boom, 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 but it's not like a hydraulic type.
Yeah, what are they like? I missed that. What are they like?
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. No, it looked like it. You turned like your Caprice into a lowrider, but it looked very, very tough. Yes. Now, Mr. Tyler Warden says these are the type of recruits you get when you play in the Big 12. I do kind of wonder if Tommy is. I kind of wonder a little bit if that is kind of what Tommy is a little bit of is going for a little bit here, Skier.
What? Large
just physicality, strength, girth.
Yeah, it could be, but these guys are also really good, and that kind of just comes with it.
Yeah, no, it does.
Like they're just good basketball players, and they have to be physically ready.
All right, I'm going to ask you this, Skier. And the next two, yeah. Hey, let's do a hedge segment. Back the hedge, baby.
Man. Oh man, I'm ready.
Yeah. Back the hedge. All right, we're gonna do a hedge segment right here. Everybody, tell everyone we're doing the hedge. All right. First of all, Andre Veras thinks that because we're buddies with him, that we'll endorse him. Nice try. Not on my watch, loser. But
that one was a little.
Although he did hear me speak Spanish, and he was very impressed.
He was. He absolutely was.
Yes. Mas guacamole. Por favor. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. I'm very good. Okay, but hedge of the week. All right, I'm going to ask you this right now, Skier. Does all right, Dwayne Aristode, is he going to be a first round pick in either the 26 or the 27 MNBA draft?
Yep.
Is he going to be a first round pick in the 2026 MNBA draft?
No.
But is he going to be a lottery pick in the 2027 MNBA draft?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. I agree with you. Okay, let's keep this going. Good vibes. Now, also, Rage, watch your mouth. Yvonne. Is Yvonne going to be a first-round MNBA pick eventually?
No.
Will he play in the MNBA?
No.
I'm going to say yes!
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we're batting one out of two here. Yeah, it's good.
I mean,
you have no idea how many people hedge question. Oh, that's a good one. Hedge question from Kobe. Will Rage ever pay?
No.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. That's a good.
I'm on fire right now.
Yeah, no, that's a really, really good one. Yeah. Okay. Now, here's another one. Is the person that is it the worst eval ever when somebody tells us that Tyrone Awaka, Tobe Awaka would be a first round pick? Is that the worst eval ever?
One of the worst.
Is that one where you
immediately with the worst? I've seen some bad ones. That's up there.
Is that you know what's funny about that one though is when you look at him. What in the world would you be watching from his game that indicates that he's a first-round pick? We like Tobe.
I think the person that told us that looked at, and this is my guess, they looked at Rick Barnes and his complete inability to coach offense. And they said, you know what? Tommy can get this done.
Yeah, but still, he's still a 6'6" center that can't shoot.
Hey.
All right. Now, here's another. Oh, these hedges are great.
Hey.
All right, now let's get to we're going to hedge with a little bit of Arizona football as well. Arizona is everybody wants to bet Rage that he'll actually pay. All right, now Arizona, no chance. Here's my idea when it comes to people that owe money. If they don't pay you pretty quickly, they're not paying you. Checks in the mail, not okay. Now, Mo Krivas. Mo Krivas eventually will play in the MNBA.
Yes.
Mo Krivas is going to give the middle finger to everybody that doubted Tommy Lloyd this season.
Yeah, I'm
with you.
I've said this before. I truly don't understand the amount of criticism that Krivas gets. People are making him out to be just a complete garbage player, and he's not.
Yeah, Dennis Walsh has been at the front lines of that as well, as has the great David Rosen.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't see. Hey, OC bodybuilders. What? I don't see Krivas playing in the what? Come on. Nice try. Yeah, listen. If Tommy was just shooting Tommy was just shooting hot air. What the heck is this?
Whoa.
Oh. Yeah. Why is somebody calling me? I'm not cool. Krivas being soft is fake news. I agree with that. Yes. Okay. Very good. All right. Now we got another one. Then I'm going to ask you. All conference calls him the slowest. No, I called him I said that he moved last year. He moved like a glacier.
Yeah, I mean, that glaciers are slow.
Yeah, but I mean, he did last year. He moved like a glacier, but that's just not mean. Okay, now, Dennis Walsh. I got to tell you a story here, Skier.
Tell me, baby.
Great Dennis Walsh said, did this group miss all of the Crevis ball down, duck down? There was a guy here at the U of A that drove me up a wall, and he drove almost everybody up a wall. He was in the early 90s. His name was Ed Stokes. When you looked at Ed Stokes, you're like, he looked like David Robinson. He was like physically like, like he looked. This guy missed every single dunk ever. I've never seen anything like it before, after, anything. And anybody that saw him can attest to this. And he still got drafted. He would bring the ball down, and then he would go up and he would try to dunk it, and it would like hit off his head, or it would like a snot bubble would shoot it into the out of bounds or whatever. It was no good. So I do not see that as Crevis. Now, Joseph says something interesting. Hot take, Ballo was softer than Crevis is. The thing with Ballo is he just did. Yeah, I would agree. I kind of agree with that.
I agree with that.
Let's see here. Nick Arenas, watch your mouth, Nick Arenas. Okay. Let's see here. So he's Justin Flo. Yeah, it was kind of Justin Flo. Anybody that look up Ed Stokes, or anybody that saw Ed Stokes, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, now, Tommy Lloyd is going to bring in, and we're going to get to football here in a second because we are a football school. Okay. Tommy Lloyd is going to bring in a top 4 recruiting class in 2026.
Yes.
Agreed. Also, I've got something for you that I think people are going to disagree with it. I think that Crevis is going to be better than Umar Ballo, leader of men. Maybe not the numbers, but I think he's going to be more impactful. Here's what you got to remember about Umar Ballo, leader of men. Because I think we kind of have some revisionist history. Rooks and Williams were very good. Umar couldn't shoot free throws. Mm-hmm. And Umar was probably the worst pick and roll defensive big man I've ever seen at the U of A. Now, you could say, well, Crevis isn't that. Crevis can make free throws, and I think Crevis has more basketball skills.
Yeah.
I mean, and I like him. He's a good player, but like I said, I like him. All right, hi Terry Triano. Terry Triano, who is that? Is that your lady? All right, so, or maybe your guy. I don't know. I don't judge. So that's all right. That was good. That was a good hedge. That was a good hedge segment. Oh, I got one for you. So you don't think Arizona gets Cam Williams?
No, but that I mean they could. That's
called a hedge.
Yeah.
No, but
no, sure, no.
Oh, hey, I went to Amelia's yesterday. It's good. That one's way better.
Yeah, I told you, dude.
Yeah, that was way.
It's really weird how one is so much better than the other.
And the thing about it, too, is it's not like, like the one Amelia's that's on, like, Grant? It feels like you're, like, ducking into, like, a cave or something.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that one is good. The one that's on Grant, and I didn't have to, like, and, like, if you go in there, like, you have to get, and if you go in there, you have to, like, basically tell somebody, hey, I have a restraining order against basically everybody in here because they're far too close to me. So I'm going to the David Rosen full report. Okay, Joseph said, disappointed I missed the list day, saw the results, and it was very wrong. No, Joseph, it wasn't. You're wrong. Okay, so, all right, I thought that was an interesting. Now, I'm going to, let's get back to, all right, we got another read. Let's get another read in here. Talk to me. Sheer!
Michael?
Sheer, where'd you go? I don't see you anywhere.
Michael?
Sheer! Oh, gosh. All right, hey, we got some new deals going on, baby. Back the deals. July is here. July promo. 15-year anniversary. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's my Pillsbury Doughboy. All right, now, here's the deal. 50% off. That was good. Woohoo! 50% off prescription clear and sunglasses. Yeah, Arizona Primary Eye Care, perfect place to glow up. 60-plus insurances accepted. And same-day urgent visits, proud partner of Arizona Athletics. Cheryl is awesome. Go in there. Get them filled up. 4 locations, including one in Douglas. Check it out. If your name's Douglas, you should go there as well. So, ArizonaPrimaryEyeCare.com. Oh, the Mooney team. Zach Mooney. All right, all you guys out there, you all probably have money since you're watching the show. except the guy with the 2006 Dodge Challenger that he keeps trying to flex as being some statement. It is not. But the Mooney team at Nova Home Loans proudly supports Arizona basketball. Again, this guy coaches pretty much everywhere. The city does a lot of really good work. But more importantly, the branch manager at Nova AZ Loans, VP Senior Loan Officer, and the great thing about it, though, too, is that it works. People go in there. Everybody could be unemployed. That's true. Now, everybody go in there, scan this QR code, and give that number a call. Now, if and like I said, even if you're not going to buy something, give them a call. Just hear the pitch. It makes me look good. NovaAZLoans.com, 520-230-5599. Zach Mooney, tell him Mike Luke and Jason Skier sent you. All right. Zone busters. This was also brought up on your. Is Koa Pete's going to be a really good zone buster?
Absolutely. Yes. Put him in the post, on the high post. Let him go to work.
Right now. Dennis Walsh says, I'm booking my 21-25 Lake Tahoe trip as we speak. Wop, wop, wop. I am going to be in Lake Tahoe from the 13th to the 5th. So, Dennis Walsh. Maybe I will buy. There's no Baggins there. Sorry. So South Lake. South Lake Tahoe, baby. Well, there you go. I'm going to be up there, Dennis Walsh. All right, now, I think Koa Pete's going to be an awesome zone buster, though. I really do. I think they're going to get the ball in the middle because he's a really good passer. He can finish. You got to do a lot of different things.
No disagreement here. Put him on the top of the post. Let him turn and go.
Work.
Let him pass.
And Arizona didn't really have that last year.
No, they did not.
I mean, it really didn't. You had the young Fawn and Carter Bryant, and then if you're trying to do it with KJ, I mean, who knows where that ends up. So yeah, that's a good one. Also, where do you think DeAndre Ayton ends up?
I don't know now. Lakers still.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That'll be an interesting one to see. I'm not exactly sure how that one does play out. Okay. Tahoe is awesome. You guys will very, very much. You guys will very, very much like Tahoe. Dennis Walsh. Okay. Now, the thing that also I like about Koa, look at all the other little stuff that he does. He's got he takes charges. He plays defense. He plays hard. He's not a jerk. We like all those things.
Yeah.
I mean, just those are good. Those are good.
Yeah, very excited. Koa's got you so excited.
No, Koa is Koa, the Coalition. I actually like that one. That one's pretty good by J Mark. I like that one. I was in Tahoe last week. I told you that when they dumped Fredo into the lake, that was in Lake Tahoe, and he's like, you'll swim with the fishes, or you'll I don't know if there was fish there, but he had to go swim with them.
Look at you.
Yeah, I remember your history lessons as well. Jeff Skurin's always telling me that he was in Godfather 2 or something. I don't know exactly where, but I don't think you were. He might have been. I'm just kidding. Okay, now let's get over to a little bit of football because we are a football school. I said something yesterday, and I think that I'm right on this. But first, I want to ask you a question. Where does Arizona men's football recruiting class, where does it end up?
They're going to get some more commitments here in the next week.
Can we push around 40? Is there any chance?
Right now, they're 52. They'll move up probably to, I think 45 is probably reasonable. Possible.
I'm actually all right with that. If Arizona brings in a class that's 45, because then you got to just coach them up.
Yeah.
What I can't have is the 82nd class or the class where it's every year it's at the bottom of the Big 12. By the way, we had a John Gibson, very good guy, messaged me and he said, "What is OKG?" I always love explaining to people what the OKG is. It is fun. It makes me laugh. Now, Mr. Tyler Warden, this is a great question. That was going to be my next question. What do we consider a win in quotations for our recruiting class? Top 50, top 40? Top 40 is definitely a win.
I mean, top 40 is a home run.
Top 40 is we extend Brett Brennan the rest of his life.
Top 50 a year after being absolutely atrocious, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
With the assumption that in the portal you do pretty well as well.
Yeah, now, but I can't end up with the 72nd class or anything like that. Okay, now, Joseph, Joseph, the resident contrarian, are we actually going to hold on to Rios once he sees we only win 3 games? Is he going to jump ship? Well, I mean, no. Here's what I'm at with Arizona. Nobody signs with Arizona because of its illustrious history.
Whoa! Come on now.
Was that a cheap shot?
That's bull.
Yeah.
That's why I went to Arizona.
Because of the football. That would be a great thing to be able to ask somebody. How many people, you always hear these stories about how people go to Duke because of the basketball. How many people has there been anybody in the last 10 years that was at an Arizona football game and said, I've just got to go there?
No, I will say that I chose Arizona because of athletics as a whole. Compared to my other schools, I needed athletics. My other school was Santa Barbara. They have basketball.
You were not as good a student as I was in high school.
Santa Barbara's a pretty good school, Mike.
I had an offer from USC, my friend.
Okay. I don't understand what that has to do with Santa Barbara.
Because it's better than USC.
You're right, it is. Thank you.
Yes, I'm so good. That made me feel good. I love ripping someone down to play.
You just said that Santa Barbara is better than USC, by the way.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Okay. Didn't Kylan Butler do that? Now, I agree with Mike. Everybody agrees with Mike. UCSB has the best campus in the country. Some guy tried telling me that SRS had the best one, and I said, nope, doesn't.
I went to SRS when we were in Seattle with the girls and all that, and none of us were impressed. It's a weird, it's like a dark campus. I don't like the way
the sun doesn't come out.
Yeah, I just don't like the way it looks. It's very old.
Right, yeah. So, I'm good on that one. Now, Rio seems like a guy that could enroll early. I would love to get that guy enrolled here early. Yeah, get him around, maybe get him around Chris Rounds. Get him around some people.
That's good.
You know what I think about last year's strength and conditioning. So, I would say let's get him around Chris Rounds. Let's get him a lot of cheese-based dishes. Then we will go from there.
Yes.
Cheese-based dishes. Baylor has you got to go to Waco.
Baylor's in Waco, dude.
I've driven through Waco.
I actually think Arizona has one of the nicest campuses.
I love Arizona's campus. You know what's funny? People always try to snot on Tucson. I love Tucson.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had friends or people I knew that went from Agorda to Arizona and made Tucson sound like the most ghetto, horrible town in America and transferred out, and it got so annoying.
Right.
But I mean, Waco, Baylor's in Waco, dude.
It's not. It's very, very. It's
USC
very
is nice. Dennis Walsh. I love North Carolina's campus.
I bet that Skier doesn't love Tucson. That's why he came.
Clemson is gorgeous.
Is the reason? I love Pepperdine's campus. I've heard Pepperdine's campus is really, really good.
Yes, well, it's gorgeous.
I mean, it goes without saying. Hey, is Romar still coaching there?
Romar's at LMU. It's Stan Johnson, Romar, and Phelps. It's pretty badass.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. I live in Waco. Total dump. Yeah, what'd you do that to yourself?
Ron.
What's the worst Big 12 compass by the great Eric Brotherton? The worst Big 12 campus. It'd be an interesting one.
Should I ask that on Twitter right now and see what people think?
Yeah. Say everybody out there. Besides Tempe, what's the worst Big 12 campus?
ASU does not have a nice campus.
Yeah, no, seriously, say that. Besides ASU, what is the worst Big 12 campus going? I could see Texas Tech being tough, and I like Texas Tech fans. Let's see here. Arizona should buy Olive Speedway between Euclid and I-10 and completely redevelop it. Well, they've shut everything down around on Euclid and Speedway now. It sucks. All right, but either way, I would go with a top. I would say a top 50 class is a success. I would go with that one. I have no real qualms about that. But I am going to say this again. I would put this at five wins is what I have to have. I thought about this yesterday. I think that's fair. I have to have at least 5 wins. If we don't get 5 wins, I don't. And I realize I'm speaking out of both sides of my ears. I realize I'm speaking out of both sides.
I'm going to put you on a no Hedge segment right now.
Yeah. Give me all right. You ask me questions, man. Back to Hedge.
The NCAA football game is coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know you don't play video games, but the game's coming out next week. All right. This year, for the first time ever, there's real coaches. Okay. You're starting a dynasty. Brent Brennan's your coach. Do you fire him and then start your dynasty, or do you start your dynasty with him?
I think that's probably. I'll put it to you like this. I was very difficult on Brent Brennan last year. He has done what I've asked this offseason, but at the same time, I would absolutely start. I would start from scratch. That's
So-
not a hedge. Yeah, I'm not. Just not doing it.
So you get the video game, you fire Brent Brennan, fired right away.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, you would too.
I told Shelby,
You would too. Come on, man.
listen, baby, we're trying to win championships, okay?
Yeah, well, again, this is it's nothing personal. That's strictly
Now,
business.
now that they have coordinators in the game too. Are you promoting Daggy, or are you going outside and seeing?
Oh, you know what I think of Seth Daggy. Yeah. See you later, Mr. Tyler Warden, TTFN. You know what I think of Seth Daggy. I mean, yes, I would promote Seth Daggy. You're my coach now, Coach Daggy. It's funny. Everybody in there said it actually wasn't really a little perfect non-answer. I did answer it. I said fire.
You took a long route, but you.
Yes, fire. You won't say it, but you agree. But I'm going to say this, though, and I get people that message me this all the time. There's no reason to root against. We should all be rooting for Brent.
Yeah,
Brennan.
I hate when people say this. Like, oh, you're rooting against. Look, there's one time ever that I have rooted against a coach of Arizona, and that was Kevin Sumlin, because Mike and I literally had a discussion before we did it. It was for the greater good.
It was for the greater good
of the program. That is the only time I've ever been like, you know what? I'm cool with Arizona losing right now because I know where this is going to end.
I know where this is going to go up. The last thing I want is some fool's gold win or something, and then we got to come back and pretend that next year's going to be better and that Chiefs guy Mazzoni is going to be good. I mean, all that stuff.
There is nothing in Brent Brennan's background as a human being.
Yeah, root against him.
Me to root against him. I hope he goes out and wins 10 games this year.
Right. Now, I will say that I don't see that happening. But at the same time, though, you know, there's nothing. And he's done a good job. He's done a good job this offseason. I've been happy with it. But again, you still got to win games on the field. We'll know quickly. I really believe that. We're going to know fairly quickly what we're looking at here. And like our good pal John Brogan said one time, he said, yeah, I know. I think our good pal John Brogan, he said something where I was walking home from the game, and he goes, yeah, and he says, I'm out on this offense. It was after like the third game. He's like, I wanted to give him a couple games, but that's not how it's supposed to look. I've always thought that was a very interesting remark. Yes, that's not how the offense is supposed to look. Yes, I would agree with that. So 5 wins, got to happen. 5 wins, it is.
Yeah, 5 wins. I think most people would agree. Give them another year.
Yeah, all right, 5 wins. I will say, though, if it's 5 wins, but I'm bored out of my mind.
Nah, I know, but 5 wins is 5 wins.
All right, fine. I'm fine. I'm fine with that one.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't wake up and go, oh, man, I got to sit down and watch Michigan football this year. They're so fun.
Right. Oh, that's true.
10 games. You know what I mean?
You know what? Yeah, but here, let me rephrase it then. I can't watch incompetence. What I watched last year was incompetence. How about that?
That's fair.
That's the best way. And I don't see why. Hey, Skier, while we do it, Reed, pull up the schedule. We're gonna find those 5 wins. Pull up the schedule. Well, yes. If it's boring, you just have to be. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
if it's boring, yeah.
Brogan.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, good point.
Dude, this bowl is fire right now.
How did you word it? Did you say outside?
Bowl. I just said having a Big 12 discussion. What's the worst campus in the conference? We have a Houston. We have multiple votes for Kansas State.
Really, the Little Apple.
Houston and Kansas State, and then you have the idiots that say Arizona. Like, you know.
No, you should have worded it besides ASU.
Houston and Kansas State are the clear leaders on this one.
Okay, now let's see here. Little Knive threes. Unpopular take, but Noah couldn't read the defenses. NF will do better this year. U of A might be my sleeper. Who's NF?
I don't know.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that
Where's
means.
that?
I don't know what NF is. Northern Florida.
Nick. Who's NF?
I don't know. Hey, that NFer. Yeah, that was funny.
I will say this too. Whenever someone goes back to Noah, I get it. He didn't have a coach last year.
Yeah, I mean, and again,
Noah Fafita.
Oh, I think. Hold on.
Noah F.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Noah Fafita. Duh. Hey, watch your mouth, Jesse Bridges. I can't stop thinking about Noah Fafita. All right, that's what it. Yeah. All right. That's where I'm at though. I do believe that I got faith in Daggy, but like I said, if the offense is boring, then yeah, it's hard. But again, now let me ask you this, Skier. If you're losing, let's say you win. Let's say you go 4-8, but you're losing every game, but you got a really good offense, but you're losing every game by 8,000 points.
No, you can't. You just or you fire Danny. Coaches save their careers by firing other coaches. It's
well, no, I understand that, but if it's still overmatched,
and it comes back to money. Does Desiree want to do it in a year that she's basically bragging in a good way, great way? I'm not criticizing her. That they're going to go back into the positive or whatever.
Yeah.
Does she want to fire a football coach as soon as she gets there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a question that that's a question that we're going to have to. We will find out about that one, so we shall see. All right, let's get a couple reads in here first. Foster Plumbing. Now.
Yes.
Now, there's somebody out there that called him Ben One Wipe. I call him Ben One Pipe. Residential and commercial, licensed, bonded, and insured. The great thing about all of this, too, is that, like I said, if you got all this stuff going on here and you're saying to yourself, man, I'm really upset about all of this because these places all close at 5 o'clock because plumbing does not wait for anybody. Trust me on that one. Plumbing says we need you at any point. Foster Plumbing is 24/7 service. 10% off when you mention the AZ12 podcast. Call 520-603-3817 to schedule service today. Tell them we sent you. It makes us look good. Sewer line coating, point repairs, water heaters, all that stuff. You name it, they got it. Foster Plumbing. Check it out. All right. So that's kind of where I'm at. All right, 5 wins there. Now I'm sure. Did you find this? I found this a little bit interesting. Are you surprised that ASU isn't recruiting better?
Yeah. Do you know that Arizona has
their two highest rated guys are higher than ASU.
Yeah, the receivers. Yeah.
And that was actually noticed on their boards by the way as well. And then I think it was Glenn or the guy had to pretend that it didn't matter or something. I'm just saying. I
am indeed surprised. They're 34th right now, which is obviously pretty good, but they're 34th with 17 commits.
With 17 commits, yeah.
You generally don't move up too much when you have that.
That class is going to end up at like 42.
Yeah, which isn't, and they better hope they keep Fett too, because that's not a guarantee.
Who's Fett?
Jake Fett, their quarterback.
Oh, the guy from isn't he from Waco?
He's from El Paso. They better hope they keep him because there's a bunch of schools on him.
He's good too. He's very good. Yeah. All right, now everybody out there, go to Little Caesars, please.
Now
do it, Brogan. You have like 10,000 kids. You have a big family. Go there and feed all of Benson for basically $82. Use code 15 off 20. And no, seriously, you can. For like $82. It's amazing.
I get it.
Yeah. Now, 50% off any 20 and or more purchase. Check it out. Code LCFREECC. Free crazy combo with pizza purchase. Yummy in my tummy. Check it out. Go out there and again, get in there. We had a great week. Brogan, go feed Benson. Everybody out there, Rage. Well, you owe people money, so don't go buy pizza. What else? Who else is in here? Kobe L. Thiel. Well, they can't turn that into air conditioning for you, so I don't know what to tell you. But either way, check it out. Little Caesars, we very much appreciate it. That was very good, very tasty. Okay, sure. We're going to be back with them tomorrow. They don't know that yet, but we are. We're going to be back at 10:30.
They do know that, don't they?
Well, it's not scheduled yet, but I mean, I think that it's a smart audience, so they can probably figure it out.
I guess. Yeah. Let's go watch the Israel basketball team right now.
Oh, yeah. No, it's awesome.
Israel versus Dominican Republic.
Oh, the Dominican Republic. Hey, did you see a guy on Twitter, Catbacker? He tried telling me, he said, you don't come at me with this stuff. He tried saying, Mike, he said, Mike, being Jewish is not an ethnicity. Wrong. And then he tried saying there's Italian Jews, there's Spanish Jews. It is the only religion that is also an ethnicity. Boom. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, there will be a show Thursday, Mr. Andy Bryant. Okay, everybody out there, we very, very much appreciate you. You guys are great. Rage, go take a cold shower. You're out of control. All right. On that note, though, for Jason L. Shear, for Cody James Martin, I am merely Mike Luke. Talk to you tomorrow, TTFN.